I was a new mom and really just grappling with how I could keep doing this meaningful work while also engaging as a mom in the way that I really wanted to. My goal when I joined was just to dip my toe into freelancing and make back enough to cover the course fee and just see if I liked it. To my surprise, I was able to leave my full-time job like 6 months in. This summer, I was in a period where I had dark night of the soul. Am I cut out for this work, even though I've been doing it for years?
Kelsey joined the collective a little over 2.5 years ago after she had her first kiddo. Knowing she wanted to be more present with him and navigating a really tumultuous full-time grant writing gig at the same time, she decided to experiment with freelancing. She was also interviewing for other full-time grant writing gigs, but she'd leave every interview knowing that it wasn't going to give her the time freedom she knew she wanted as a new parent. Only 6 months into the collective, she decided to quit her full-time job and go full into her consulting company. Now she gets to contribute to her family financially, still pick her kiddo up at 3 p.m. and be the mom she wants to be, and she still gets to contribute meaningfully to the world that her little boy is growing up in. She has truly built her dream life, and we couldn't be more proud. Meet Kelsey. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Let's think back to when you first joined the collective. Why were you seeking a grant writing community?
Pre-collective, I was working in-house in institutional giving and grants for an amazing national workforce organization, going through some turbulent times. And at the same moment, I was a new mom and really just grappling with how I could keep doing this meaningful work while also engaging as a mom in the way that I really wanted to. Learn grant writing had been on my radar for a long time. I realized it was time to just test it out and see. My goal when I joined was just to dip my toe into freelancing and make back enough to cover the course fee and just see if I liked it. To my surprise, I was able to leave my full-time job like 6 months in.
I don't think I realized it was 6 months. That's so cool. Was there something that was happening that you were like, okay, I do like this, I'm gonna go for it? Or did you just all of a sudden be like, we can do this, I'm gonna quit my full-time job?
I got my first client pretty quickly, realized that I really enjoyed engaging that way. I was still applying for other full-time roles, but every time I would interview, I would just start thinking about how much time I was going to be expected to be at my desk in front of my computer and how much time my kiddo was going to have to spend in daycare versus me picking him up at like 3 p.m., which is what I really wanted to do.
You are running this business. You are providing for your family financially and also picking him up at 3 p.m. But obviously that didn't happen overnight. How did you build this so intentionally to make sure that you were achieving that vision?
I'm still figuring that out, if I'm being honest. I definitely took on too much my first year and a half, and I'm just digging out of the burnout now. I can structure my day this way, so I'm going to, and then I'm going to do work again at night after my kid goes to bed to make it all work. It's been a journey for sure. I've kind of scaled back on my client load and I'm now rethinking what I'm offering and my pricing to just keep getting closer and closer to the point where it all works the way it needs to.
Take me back to a really challenging moment on this journey. What did that look like?
This summer, I was in a period where I had dark night of the soul. Am I cut out for this work? Even though I've been doing it for years, it took time. And then all of a sudden, a bunch of stuff started coming in, started feeling a little more energy after scaling back some clients, and everything kind of turned.
In those moments of burnout, how did you come back to ground yourself before just quitting and throwing it all away?
I scaled back my client load a bit. I realized that just resting wasn't going to do it. I had to actually find something else that would rechannel that energy in a way that brought excitement back into my life. Doubling down on my garden, finding little side projects that have nothing to do with grants, just re-spark everything.
Often it feels like it's work. It impacts every area of our life. And so being able to channel that into something that brings you a lot of joy is really, really cool. And something that you didn't just channel it more into being a mom, you created your own identity separate. What are you most proud of in this journey?
I'm most proud of my persistence, both within my own business as well as in my work with clients. I've been through many iterations of processes and structures within my business. Every iteration, I feel like we're getting closer. This has been a really tough grant year, and we've had to do a lot of rapid pivots and like, okay, this way isn't working. Let's try this. Let's try this. Iterating, and then things get better.
We believe in Victoria's song in Bending Reality a lot, and she talks about, like, we're in a stage of contraction and then we enter a stage of expansion. If you look at our whole universe, often, right, we're going from contracted to expansion, contracted to expansion. We're in this really weird period where there's, like, really prolonged times of contraction, and then all of a sudden it'll expand real quick. We're seeing that right now, like, all of a sudden grant deadlines are, like, popping off, like, who knows what. But this whole year has felt like, what are we doing? So I'm really proud of you for being so resilient because it's been a really, really tough year. Tell us a little bit about the work that you're doing.
I work with a pretty wide variety of clients. One of the most fun clients I've worked with recently is a rescue facility in Alaska. I actually got to go and visit in person with my family, and they let us help give one of their bears a snack, which was just amazing.
What kind of rescue animals do they have? Bears, obviously.
Alaskan native animals. They're actually on a show on Disney Plus called Alaska Animal Rescue. It's the Alaska Wildlife Conservation Center. If anybody wants to check them out, they're doing really cool stuff. But I've worked on a lot of projects. It's been really exciting to get to see the whole breadth from the big institutions where we're writing federal and state grants to the little bitty grassroots organizations where we're really trying to get scrappy and find little corporate grants and foundation grants that fit the stage that they're in.
This is one of my favorite elements of all of life. But when your kids get to see what mom does, when that means that they get to feed a bear, what? They're like,
Yeah.
my mom has the coolest job in the whole world.
Yeah, it was really special. I don't think in my entire career I've ever really been able to show off to my family what I do all day. We took my parents, took my kiddo, my husband, and got to actually show them in person. It was amazing.
What is one of the things that you had to come to terms with as you transitioned from an in-house grant writer into doing this on your own? Was part of that identity transition difficult?
I had been working remotely for 4 years, so I knew that I could manage my own schedule and my time. I'm fine with being alone in the house all day. It's my happy place. I love it. But I was a little bit worried about losing the team and who am I going to talk to all day, every day? The collective has really been kind of my hub that makes it not feel so weird to be working on my own. I've had team members off and on throughout the journey, but really being able to just come back to the collective has been really, really helpful.
That's our dream, is that this becomes kind of your coworkers in a different sense. Some rapid fire questions. What is your favorite soul care activity?
Puttering in the garden or reading seed catalogs cover to cover when it's too cold.
What is your favorite seed that you've bought?
I'm growing purple bok choy this year for the first time, and it is gorgeous. It's like deep kind of maroony purple with green stems.
Oh my gosh, that is so cool. What is your favorite way to celebrate?
Either going to the arboretum in our town where I can like kind of walk for a while and find a spot to work, or taking my dog to one of the other parks where we can go on a long walk and then find a picnic table. It's taken me a while to get all the way in my freelance journey to realizing that that's an okay thing to do, but I'm really enjoying that lately.
Why do you wake up and do this work every day?
It all kind of comes back to my kiddo, to be able to provide for him, for my family, to be present, but also contributing in at least some small way to the strength of the sector that's tasked with making the world that he's going to grow up in a better place.
Tasked with the strength to do that. That is beautiful. Thank you. What a gift that you are to this world. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, I have so loved chatting with you and hearing bits of your story. Thank you for speaking with us today.
Of course. Thank you.